The human being was designed for light, but what happens when it is completely taken away? The experiment began with a simple promise: 48 hours of total isolation. In the first few hours, silence is a comforting companion for those seeking peace. But soon the mind realizes there are no stimuli to process and begins to panic. Without the cycle of the sun, the internal clock breaks and minutes turn into endless hours. Absolute darkness is not black. It is an invitation for the brain to fabricate its own reality.
Small, non-existent points of light begin to dance before the volunteer's tired eyes. Hearing becomes so acute that the beat of one's own heart sounds like a war drum. Midway through the experiment, the rupture happens when the walls seem to dissolve into nothing. Memory and dreams merge, bringing ghosts from the past into the empty room. The person starts talking to themselves just to confirm they still have a voice. The sense of touch becomes strange, as if the body belonged to a complete stranger. Scientists watch through infrared cameras the slow degradation of posture and sanity. Some report that the darkness began to whisper secrets that light would never allow them to hear. The notion of self disappears, leaving only a consciousness floating in an eternal vacuum. Time becomes a spiral where the beginning and end of the experiment no longer makes sense. When light finally returns, it brings not the expected relief, but a blinding pain. The volunteer emerges from the room, but now his eyes carry the depth of the abyss. Science has proven that 48 hours in the dark can change a man forever. Darkness is not the absence of light, it is the presence of everything we fear within ourselves. All that remains now are the records of those who dared to face the void and did not return the same. Some secrets were meant to stay in the dark, where the mind cannot reach them. The experiment ends here, but the shadow it left in your mind has just begun. Will you have the courage to enter the room and close the door for 2 whole days? Silence is now the only answer left for those seeking absolute truth. Be careful what you might find when there is nothing to look at but yourself.